So Fiora starts with the war camp instantly, and the Draven starts with the peak. I mean, this is a very dependent game on the dice roll, I would say. So... Oh, Draven hit 11. Oh, no way. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I guess Draven is going first then. No, it's cooked. It's cooked, guys. Draven won the regionals. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time. So Draven's hand is very weird. I imagine they will take out Burn here at least. It has to be too early for Burn here at this stage. Gotta hydrate a little bit. Okay. So they're putting the... Wait. They took the Falling Star and Darius out. And kept Burn here and the gear. What? That can't be right. What? Why didn't they keep Falling Star against Fiora? Isn't Falling Star like amazing in the Fiora? Fiora's hand is very expensive. And Fiora kept both punch firsts and mulliganed a Spectral Matron and found a Spectral Matron. I would have at least mulliganed one punch first, personally. I think 2 punch firsts is a little too much. These are very weird mulligans, to say the least. Yeah, sending the Falling Star is very crazy. That's like the card against Baited Hook in general. And keeping both punch firsts are very weird too. Very good in the Fight or Flight and Rebuke. Yeah, but now they're kinda relying on their top decks, because now that they got a Matron, 2 punch firsts, and a Akshan. Oh yeah, and yeah, true Jibs. True Jibs. Draven missed a 2-drop, so that's very huge. And the Draven is reading the Fiora card. Oh, that's funny. That's pretty funny. Reading what the card does in the finals. Okay, so they too do have a Falling Star in hand right now. And yeah, like Jeep said, they missed the 2-drop. So this is gonna be a very interesting game for Draven. They're already kind of playing from behind. I wonder if they just slam down the Draven champion and pass. I have seen many people that just slam down the Draven and pass on for energy, and they do exactly that. So a very basic start for Draven, but without a 2-drop, it just gets that much weaker. The Draven is already behind in points, basically. Fiora drew a BF sword, which has to be pretty nice here. Did I miss much after Fiora Ezreal? No, we just played some TCG Arena, and we're on a game 1 of Fiora versus Draven. Proceeds to just instantly equip the BF sword, proccing the Fiora Legend to get a rune back. And I imagine Fiora has to be pretty happy with the situation right now, because even if Draven now kills off the Fiora somehow, they can just play the Spectral back, equip the sword, and from the Spectral they can play the Fiora champion, and then equip the BF sword to the Fiora and just accelerate it again. So this is a very good start for the Fiora. We're just gonna have to wait and see if they play it right, because I do think Fiora could be very aggressive here, and I don't think they really need to worry about recycling runes for example, Spectral Matron, because you have to end the game pretty quickly against Draven. Because they're gonna eventually just outdraw you. They're just gonna have way more cards than you eventually. So Fiora is basically on a clock. And Fiora does have punch first, so I don't think Draven is getting through this Fiora without a fight or flight, for example. So Fiora is probably gonna get to 2 points. Do you think yellow Darius would be good if you go more wide? The problem with yellow Darius is that your opponent will just kill the yellow Darius and nothing else. And you know, they can just ignore the other units. They can just kill the yellow Darius first. So that's the biggest problem with yellow Darius. Yellow Darius could work if there were units with tank in your deck, basically, that could tank for the yellow Darius. The opponent is still reading the Fiora champion. Yes, this is Pirate, this is finals, yes. And you know already who I'm rooting for. You don't have to guess twice. Yeah, Pirate, I don't know if there's like some automatic thing in YouTube where they just delete links. So I don't know how streams works, honestly. I have never streamed before, I'm not gonna lie. The Draven proceeds to go for the Falling Star, which is pretty tough just because Fiora can't use Punch First. And Draven is probably pretty happy about drawing that Falling Star. Draven did throw one Falling Star away in their mulligan, so they got lucky here and drew another Falling Star, which may save their game. So I think we were right about the Falling Star being a very good card in the Fiora. Now Draven is gonna get 2 runes up when they enter turn, which is very tough for Fiora. We already see a axe in Draven's hand, which is a quick draw +3 might. So Fiora has to be very careful here on what they do. Maybe equipping the BF sword after conquering to ready Fiora again to pull her back to base. Yeah, that could have also worked. That's true, that's true. Yeah. That could have probably been the right play. Yeah. Good point, good point. I didn't even realize that line. Is Draven matchup rough for Fiora? I think the more optimized the Fiora decks get, the better the Draven matchup is actually gonna be. Fiora being able to ready your units really reliably is very strong in the Draven. So it's just a matter of time when Fiora is gonna be at least 50-50 in the Draven. They proceed to play the Spectral Matron. Probably gonna play a Fiora out of the Spectral Matron. The opponent is reading what Spectral Matron does. Which is very silly. Let's see if the Fiora decides to just equip the sword and attack into the Draven. With the punch first in hand, I'm pretty sure Fiora should be fine into attacking into this Draven. They're just gonna recycle a ton of runes, which is a little bit worrying. Because now the equip on the matron, they ready it with the Fiora, so they have recycled four runes already. They have recycled 4 runes already, and if they use punch first, they have recycled 6 runes in a single turn. That's pretty crazy. But that being said, if Draven uses Whirling Death here, if that's the access name, I forgot what its real name was. If somebody can correct me, is the access name Whirling Death. But anyways, if the Draven uses the axe, they also have to recycle a rune. So no matter what happens here, I think Fiora is in a good spot. Either Draven recycles a ton, you play punch first, you recycle a ton, but at the end of the day, you still win the combat, which is what matters. Yeah, Draven started. Yeah, and missed a 2-drop, so... Yeah, Spinning Axe, not Whirling Death. I have played too much League of Legends. Whirling Death is the ultimate of Draven. Yeah, so if Draven plays Spinning Axe, they're kinda in trouble. So Draven decides to not do anything. And Fiora is a very happy man. And if Draven did hit a 2-drop on their first turn, I think Draven would be leading right now. So very fortunate for the Fiora. But getting a BF sword in the early game is just like, it's so amazing. It's basically everything you could ask for when you're playing Fiora. They play down the Honest Broker, which is very good in this situation because you have both recycled a ton of runes. So maybe getting a one gold token here or there could actually make the difference right now. Draven has a Darius in hand, but do they have any way to actually ready the Darius? I don't think so. Then they have a Overzealous Fan, a Brune here, and I'm not too sure about the rest. Fiora has to be careful not to run out of cards. I think that's the only way Fiora loses this game, is that if they just run out of cards while Draven just keeps drawing cards infinitely, basically. That's a pass, and Fiora is probably gonna get to 4 points this turn, while Draven is at 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it might be happening, guys. Fiora might just win the game 1 against Draven in the finals. Do you think Fiora Hook is a deck for real? Getting value out of your leader ability seems a little awkward. Fiora Hook is a deck because you can get value out of your leader ability. You can hook your units that have your weapons, and that way you can move your weapons around, because weapons are usually stuck on a unit. But when you hook said unit, the weapon goes back to base, and you can kind of move your weapons around that way. They played Auction that took the BF sword, making Auction mighty and getting Fiora Legend trigger again. And each Jin Fiora did go second, but Draven did miss a 2-drop, so that's why Draven is kinda in trouble right now. But yeah, Fiora hook is very good. This Fiora has basically played without hook the past 4 games though, so the hook hasn't really been the main problem here. They almost hit a rune to the battlefield accidentally. But yeah, this Fiora has hook in it. They just haven't been drawing the hook. Yeah, this is Fiora hook. They just didn't draw it yet. Hiding a hidden blade to the battlefield, and this hidden blade is very annoying because if you're Draven, you don't really want your Darius getting killed by the hidden blade, and if you're Fiora, you don't mind killing Darius, but you don't also mind hooking your own Honest Broker to get 2 draw, and then Honest Broker dying on Draven's turn. Honest Broker dying on Draven's turn would make it so the gold would be ready when it's your turn. So very good hidden blade from the Fiora. Yeah, Jing. This guy really loves his punch first, not gonna lie. I don't know why he kept 2 punch firsts. Especially with a BF sword, like 2 punch firsts are such an overkill on early game. Is playing scissors good on Fiora hook? The scissors are too expensive because if scissors didn't cost a power when you play them, they would be so much better. But because it costs a power to play and then a power to equip, it's a little too expensive. At least from my experience. How do you think this deck fare against Miracle Draven? I think Miracle Draven might even be easier. Or I don't know. I haven't played enough against Miracle Draven to really say anything for sure. They play burn here, Fiora flips Hidden Blade to get 2 draw and a gold token. So very good from the Fiora. Let's hope they remember to take the gold token, please. So take the gold token. Would be very unfortunate if they forgot to take it. But yeah, Miracle Draven, I think it's hard to say. I don't want to like say something is something as certain when I'm not sure myself. So yeah, Burn Here ability can be reacted to. So the Fiora reacted to the Burn Here ability with the Hidden Blade, killing their own unit. Draven chose not to conquer any battlefields, which will enable this Fiora to get to 6 points, possibly, if they so choose. They have the 3 punch firsts now. Ginge, it's Ginge, you called it. 3 punch firsts. They don't even have enough orange runes to use them all, so yeah, I'm pretty certain they should have mulliganed 1 punch first away at the beginning of the game. They conquer for the 6th point. Their their Spectral Matron becomes mighty. They get a proc from their legend. They ready the Matron with their Fiora champion to then pull the Matron back. That's a very good play. Wow. Yeah, 3-punch firsts look good, but they have to have... I mean, they have a 1 gold. Yeah, they have 1 gold, so they can possibly look to use 3-punch first next turn. Yeah, the gold kinda saves the 3rd punch first. I think purple is just good against big units. Yeah. I think it's GG for Fiora for this first game. Yeah, I mean it's looking pretty good. I also think it might be just game. I mean, this Fiora game was so lucky. I'm not like drawing just enough units to get the 6 points, and then finishing with 3 punch firsts and a riposte is a little bit lucky. Imagine if you didn't get the units and Draven got a 2-drop and you would be trading units, then you would cry from having too many spells in your hand. So, I mean... wow, that's interesting. Draven plays a Mind Splitter, seeing the 3-punch first and a riposte. And they kinda know they're in trouble right now. I would, if I was Draven, I would also be laughing. I mean, wow. Let's say all the stars aligned for the Fiora's game, for the Fiora's first game against this Draven. But it still depends on what the Draven has in hand, because they're gonna get 2 energy up from conquering the peak. Also, Draven's hand was awful. Yeah, true, they didn't even find a 2-drop. So... how does Matron get mighty? Does going to Triferian battlefield count as being mighty? Yeah, if you move to Triferian battlefield, it gives +1 and it makes it mighty. But if you play a unit straight to the battlefield, your Fiora legend won't proc, because it's basically instantly mighty. But moving a unit there will proc your Fiora legend. Just a case of who was the least unlucky. I mean, it's Fiora wasn't. The other person was very unlucky, and the other person was crazy lucky. I mean, the Fiora could have been like, you know, got an average hand, an average game, but they got all the units they needed, exactly to 6 points, and then just only spells to try and end the game with. So, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But because Draven gets 2 energy up from the battlefield, if they have a very specific hand, they could still be in the game. I mean, imagine they have 2 energy up right now. They're gonna get 2 energy from the battlefield. They could even hide a card there. So that could be, they could hide a card and it could be 2 fighter flights and a rebuke, technically, but I don't think that's the case here. I did see 1 fighter flight. They have a spinning axe in hand. How often do you think the Fiora hook deck can hook into Harness Dragon? If you want to look for Harness Dragon specifically, I think every time. Like, every time you want to look for Harness Dragon, you can always make a unit be at least 5 might. So I might just put 3 Harness Dragons in my deck actually. Because I noticed that Fiora actually gets to 10 runes very, very quickly, even if you play matrons, etc. So I might just put a third Harness Dragon, just because playing the Harness Dragon from hand doesn't even feel that bad. There's some problems with the stream right now, with the China stream. So let's hope they fix it quickly. This is not because of me, not because of my internet. It's just there have been these weird lags all day. Right. So sorry about that. Let's hope it gets fixed. It's not my fault, man. Batsu did nothing wrong. Free my homie Batsu. They go for the hold. I mean, they just have to go for the hold because Fiora is at 6 points. So there's really... Can the Draven scoop already? I mean, yeah, it's it is not looking good. I'm sorry about that. Hooks out for Batsu. What does that mean? Very, very suspicious. Yeah, I think the game 1 should be done already. If Fiora plays it well. So they ended up hiding a fight or flight on the battlefield. Or what? They hit 2 cards, so this might not even be game. If Draven has like the dream hand, they could still be in the game, because now when they win combats by fight or flighting your units, you're still... The Draven is still gonna draw cards. They drew a card there from winning that combat, and the Draven is just gonna keep drawing cards, so they can basically draw in the more answers. They still have 2 energy up, and did the Draven forget to proc the +2 energy battlefield? Am I wrong? I think Draven should have 4 energy right now. Okay. So I might be wrong. The Kaisa is 6 might against the 5 might Fiora. Okay, they played a 2-drop before. Oh yeah, they played the fan. My bad. Wow, you can see I have been yapping all day. So starting to hallucinate at this rate. So the punch first is being played already, which isn't ideal for Fiora. But at least they still have 4 orange runes, so they can still play both of their punch firstes. The overzealous fan is pretty annoying. It's gonna force Fiora to do some weird tricks. And the Draven is just trying to see if there's any way he can crawl back into this game. Even if Fiora doesn't win necessarily this turn, they're still threatening to just win the next turn and the turn after that, so it's gonna be very hard for the Draven. And Fiora gets to 7 points, so no matter what happens this turn, Fiora still has, Draven still has to stop Fiora from holding. And like Decapod said, Fiora could look to just hold to win, basically. They have 2 punch firsts. The only thing about punch first is that burn here kinda fucks punch first, so gotta be careful of burn here. But then again, if Draven plays burn here, they don't have any energy up to play any combat tricks. So I think that's what Fiora is thinking about right now, is that should he just hold, or should he go for the double conger? Fan's on defense, so he could send Matron in. If he doesn't trigger Fan, trade with Darius, and yeah, that's true. So you think Fiora should go for hold? You think Fiora should go for hold? Yeah. It is safer. I guess he could go to the bottom battlefield and see what the Draven does, and then decide what to do. But they decide to go for the hold. So you guys were right. Fiora will go for the hold, and with the amount of runes Draven has left next turn, there shouldn't be any way they can break through this hold. There isn't no watcher on Draven colors, unfortunately. Yeah, Ace. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the hold is the right play. Fiora played the BF sword on the 2-drop to try and accelerate it, but he wasn't. They didn't let him do that for some reason. I don't know what happened. What just happened? They didn't let Fiora accelerate the 2-drop. Yeah, with the double punch first, it should be game. He reacted to equip. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was like thinking that the Fiora missed a window or something. That would have been a little sad. But I think even then, it shouldn't be enough. Draven has no way to kinda end here. I am glad I bought my hooks before it is on everyone's radar. Yeah. It's the hook prophecy. We all knew that someday the hook will finally reign supreme. They equipped the axe. So they reacted to the Fiora champion kind of ability and equipped the axe. They just wanted to use their energy on the opponent's turn, so that's why they did it. But are you going to be in Bologna? I'm trying to get a ticket right now, talking to UVS, and I'm also trying to go and at least judge. If nothing, I didn't get a ticket on the first wave of tickets, unfortunately. Draven is out of runes, so every punch first will go through, basically. I just need orange sets to round out this list. I pulled my last hook today. Nice, good. Congrats. But yeah, I think it's a game. So Fiora might just win the China Regionals. All the non-hook believers are in shambles. Yeah, Fiora even doesn't choose to use punch first, I think, because the Draven is tapped out, so when Darius finally attacks, they can just use a double punch first and get plus 10 might. Yeah, Draven can... Oh yeah, he played burn here. True, my bad. True. I'm not locked in, guys. Draven can enter two times with gear. They can, yeah. Is it enough? It might be enough. It just might be enough. But Draven is gonna be on... It's an exact trade. Wow. Wow. It's an exact trade. No way. So Draven is still in the game. Draven is still in the... What happened? So Draven played gears, weapons, and they just... Yeah, they played another burn here, and then they equipped weapons like twice to give around plus 10 to their units with 2 weapons, basically. So maybe the Fiora should have gone for the double conquer last turn. Oh, the hidden... Oh no. It's over, guys. No, I think the Fiora might have just lost. What? So using Hidden Blade on the burn here, now the spinning axe will die basically, because it wasn't equipped to anything. And I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but if Fiora mulliganed one of his punch firsts away, they would have something else in their hand. They wouldn't have 2 punch firsts in their hand, and their hand would look very different. Yeah, still 2 punch first in hand, yeah. I think this Fiora values punch first too much, and now they're kind of bricking themselves. They could have mulliganed 1 punch first away. We pray for the mage and top deck. Or even a dragon. The harness dragon could do the trick. Ooh, the Draven drew a Kaisa. Oh no. And even have a stack deck in hand. The punch firsts have been burning a hole in this man's deck. Yeah. Punch first is a good card, but drawing many of them will slowly brick your hand, because these colors don't have enough draw. So, very unfortunate. The evil Draven might just win. The Draven didn't have enough runes to even accelerate the Kaisa, by the way. So, at least they couldn't accelerate the Kaisa. Insane that the Fiora didn't see a single hook in the last 3 games. Yeah, that's very sad. Let's hope they don't find a hook right now, because they don't have anything to use the hook on. So a hook right now would be devastating. Okay, so finally, the top deck of the century. Are we gonna see it? One time. Come on, man. Show us the card. Okay, it's a set. Okay, I don't know what he's gonna do with the set, but it's a unit at least. The problem is that Draven is gonna get to 7 points now and threaten to hold and win the game. They have a rebuke in hand and it's GG. Fiora lost this game. And if they had mulliganed the punch first at the beginning of the game, they would have had set last turn, which would have made a pretty big difference on this game. So don't greed your punch firsts. GG. No, my Fiora. No. Matron/Dragon top deck is still possible. Yeah, but they have like, the Draven has like 4 cards that will just block your units basically. So there's just no way to win this game. Yeah, there are the overzealous fans. It's so crazy that the Draven came back from this. Maybe holding the battlefield previously was the misplay and not just attacking, because then the punch firsts got kind of blocked by the burn here. And in general, keeping the punch firsts in the mulligan was also a pretty huge misplay. So I think Draven kind of deserves to win this game, honestly, because Fiora could have made some optimizations. This is the second time Burn here makes a Draven win against a Fiora in the finals. Oh man. Oh man. Wow. I think he could have cleared the other battlefield. Draven only had a fan and 2 runes up. Yeah, on the previous turn. Yeah. I think holding was... Yeah. Yeah, I think I was wrong about the holding. I think the Fiora player was wrong about the holding, and they look beat. It's so crazy to think about, but the player lost just because of one mulligan. Like, even the smallest misplays make the difference when you're playing in these high stakes finals. And you gotta be very careful of how you play. The Draven took half of their 2-drops out and just changed their deck entirely. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Dong, I'm trying to go to Bologna, but we'll see how it goes. I was just checking the Fiora deck, no Vanguard Captain, 2 Akshans. Yeah, the Akshan did look pretty cool. Okay, Fiora put in 2 challenges and 2 salvages. Interesting. I think challenges are alright. But yeah, the Akshan did look pretty cool. Might even be better than Set. I was a little impressed by the action, so I might have to give it another try. I'm going by night train. Ooh, yeah, that could be actually smart, actually. Yeah, especially if it's far away. Yeah, Jin, but the auction could equip one of your equipment, so they can, yeah, the weapon master, so they can either steal an enemy equipment or equip your equipment, so it's all right. It's pretty good. I just don't know if it's better than Set. It could be better than Set, but I don't know. The deck is so weird. It's so hard to build the deck. So Fiora chose to go second, and Draven got an overzealous fan. Fiora plays the Fiora 4-cost champion, so they had changed their chosen champion entirely, which is pretty cool actually. Some never let them know your next move plays in here. Chose to go second and had changed their chosen champion. Yeah, the Fiora might have just read the Draven's Obelisk of Power. Maybe they expected the Draven to play the Obelisk of Power, so they can now choose to go second and just play the Fiora on the first turn. But giving Draven turn 1 is a little painful, with the overzealous fan especially. So let's hope Fiora doesn't get punished from going second here. The Draven is wondering where should they play the Draven, because I mean, it should be safe with the overzealous fan, and now if Fiora tries to get through the overzealous fan, Draven is just gonna get a draw and a gold token. So a very tough start for Fiora. The Draven got lucky this time. They swapped out 3 2-drops. They swapped out half of their 2-drops and still found the fan. So very fortunate for the Draven, but very unfortunate for the Fiora. I see a Right to Wind and a Darius in Draven's hand. I haven't seen the Fiora's hand yet. Chooses to go and most likely give a draw and a gold to the Draven. So the fan is being used and the Fiora is being pushed back. Now the Draven player gets a draw and a gold token from the Draven champion. So a draw from the legend and a token from the champion. Oh no, this is a very, very strong start from the Draven. Let's hope Fiora has some way to... Okay, they have the first mate. Now, do they have the punch first? The first mate is so strong here. They do have the punch first in hand and a very, very good turnaround from the Fiora. Just punishing the Draven from being greedy. And I'm obviously rooting for the Fiora, so let's go, let's go. This is a very unbiased stream of the China tournament. So the Draven is thinking of whether to use the +2 from the Draven champion, which would make the Draven champion go to 6, but then they have to recycle a red rune, which is very painful. So they end up not using the Draven ability. Fiora still uses the punch first to make sure it's not a trade. Fiora wants to make sure that they just kill the Draven off, and I would have still personally maybe used the Call the Glory in their hand. So Fiora did have Call the Glory. They could have just used Call the Glory and save. No, tough to say, tough to say. Draven does have a Darius in hand, so maybe having those 2 runes up will be more important. Because you could have used Call the Glory and not recycled any runes. There's a fight or flight, right to wind. Darius. I think I saw maybe a burn here. Yeah, there's a burn here. So the Darius does have a very good hand. Call the Glory is good because it's a reaction over action. Yeah, I guess you want to save the Call the Glory for the burn here. Yeah, you might be right. Will we see a hook during this game? I don't know. Like this hook Fiora looks like hookless Fiora at this point. But yeah. So the Darius gets played, Pan gets played, raiding the Darius. Now, does the Darius attack in the Fiora? Fiora has 2 up, but there aren't many things they can threaten here. At most, they could threaten a Death Grip, killing their first mate, and then giving +3 to Fiora, and they would only trade, so that wouldn't be enough. So if I was Draven here, I would take the risk of attacking. They do attack, and let's see what the Fiora does. I don't think there's many things the Fiora can do. They do the Death Grip in the Fiora, yep. And true, +1 from Fiora Shield. True. That's crazy. That's crazy. True. I didn't. Even I forgot about the shield. Wow. Death Grip is truly like, it's so good. It's so good. It even draws a card, which is insane. So yeah, and he draws 2. True, because of the battlefield. Yeah. So that was a 2 energy. Kill your unit, draw 2, and +4 to Fiora. Wow. That's and even giving the Fiora a rune from the legend. So channel 1 rune, +4 to Fiora, draw 2 from 1 spell. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Do we know the Fiora's list yet? I think people said that it's somewhere. The battlefield is the Dreaming Tree, and the other battlefield is the Obelisk of Power. So Dreaming Tree says when you target an ally with a spell, you draw 1. So they used Death Grip on the Fiora. So they drew from the Death Grip, and they drew from the Dreaming Tree because they targeted Fiora. Are they denying card draw from the Death Grip? It wouldn't make sense to deny it. I guess they might have missed the trigger. Maybe? The judges are very strict, especially in the finals. Yeah. They have posted deck lists. He does actually run 3 hooks. Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. You would think this was a hookless Fiora. I think he's explaining Dreaming Tree triggers happened in different turns. Yeah. I think the judge should know that how it works, but yeah, the judges have been questionable sometimes. Let's say that. I would like to see 1 hook from the Fiora, maybe. Please, sir, can we have 1 hook, please? That's all we ask. Imagine the stonks for all the hook players in real life when we see a hook in the finals of the regionals. Please give us the hook and make it legendary. Make the hook hit a harness dragon and win the game, and then we will all be millionaires and drive our Bugattis to Bologna. Yeah, I'm not sure if they sided it out, but it wouldn't make sense to side out hook. It just wouldn't make sense. Yeah, they all doubted us. They all doubted us. From the dawn of time we have been hooking, and finally we're gonna be appreciated. But yeah, if the Fiora is afraid of like gear hate, maybe they have taken the hook out on game 2. But does Draven even have any big gear hate, honestly? I'm not too sure Draven has any big gear hate. So it wouldn't make sense to take the hook out, but there has been some questionable plays from the Fiora in general, like the mulligans and etc. So I wouldn't be surprised if they took the hook out. The only removal is Thermo Beam, and yeah, Thermo Beam is probably the worst removal in the game. Kaisa got accelerated, getting Draven a draw to 1 point. And playing a Ride the Wind. Ooh, that's 2 points and 2 draws if it goes through. So very strong turn from Draven. Quickly showing us why the deck is so broken. They have another Ride the Wind, so they could technically get another point on the Fiora's turn. But they still chose to play the Noxus Hopeful. They didn't want to greed too much. They only got to 3 points, which isn't alarming because, you know, it's an uneven number. If they got to 4 points, then it would be pretty bad. But getting the 3 points is not the end of the world. If Fiora gets to 4 points here, then Fiora should be in a good spot. There's a dragon in Fiora's hand. They have 9 energy, so they could technically try to play dragon and then threaten a punch first. And this Fiora does love their punch first, so they should have one by now. And the dragon is played. They choose to kill the Kaisa, of course. probably gonna get to 4 points here. They pass, so they choose not to sacrifice their unsung heroes to get to 4 points. Wow. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. I mean, this Draven's hand... Yeah, they should have gone to 4 points. They should have gone to 4 points for sure. I think it's a little... It's a little too risky to sacrifice 2 points, basically, for 2 unsung heroes. If Fiora becomes more meta, I can imagine red decks running angle shot. True. Yeah, angle shot would be, and angle shot could also work on your own axis, spinning axis, and etc. So yeah, that could be a possibility. I think Fiora is gonna be punished in this game from not taking those 2 points. Mind Spear is out. Let's hope there's no BF sword that gets thrown out. Fiora is looking for any... Okay, so there's a matron which isn't that good when they don't have the other Fiora champion in their trash. So matron isn't a threat here for the Draven. There isn't even many ways to buff your unsung heroes, so sacrificing the unsung heroes would have just made sense, in my opinion. I think Salvage is also a little niche into Draven. Yeah, it can get rid of, you know, spinning axe, but I think Salvage isn't important enough to sacrifice 1 slot in your deck. Your deck is already kind of packed, so I think putting in salvages against Draven is a little risky. Maybe if you had a seal, salvage could be way better, because then it would be basically a free draw and getting rid of a weapon. Yeah, that's true. Draven would have drawn a lot of cards if the unsung heroes conquered points, but 2 points is so valuable. It's so valuable. Yeah, Ging, it's a weird side. I'm not too sold on the salvages. I think there has to be some better cards than salvages in the Draven matchup at least. Now, does the Draven go for the Conquerors? I think they should. So Draven is doing what Fiora couldn't. And I think Fiora did get punished for it. They just played a Mind Splitter down. They're just fine with slowing the game down. They're 2 points ahead. And it's looking a little grim right now. The turn is passed. Draven has 1 rune open. I do like the challenge in the matchup though. I think challenge is very awesome in the matchup. Though challenge does get punished a little bit by Brune here once again, because it's an action. If you were a Fiora right now, being at 4 points would be a little bit better than being at 2 points. Yeah, challenge is pretty good. Challenge is pretty good. I think Fiora needs to find a weapon though first to kind of get value out of the challenge. They're attacking with the unsung hero alone, giving the Draven... Actually, Draven doesn't even get a draw from this. So they just trade. And Fiora didn't conquer last turn because they didn't want their unsung heroes to die. And now they're gonna die anyway. So, like, yeah. Now they're just gonna die anyway. They play Call the Glory to draw one. Interesting. Then they get a legend. Proc. And now they can challenge actually, yeah. Take your legend rune. Don't forget your legend. Come on, man. Don't forget your legend. Oh no. I think he's forgetting the legend. No, you gotta lock in, Fiora. You gotta lock in. Not like this. Yeah, Jin. It would have been pretty good. Yeah, then he plays top here. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that Fiora didn't go for the 2 points, but it's still winnable. Forgetting to channel a rune, also not ideal. I think the pressure might be getting to the Fiora. The Draven is just chilling. The Draven is just chilling. The Draven isn't worried about anything. The Fiora, on the other hand, okay, goes for the first mate to conquer the second battlefield. So now, they didn't conquer 2 battlefields because they didn't want unsung heroes to die. Now their unsung hero died, and now their Fiora is gonna die. And now the trade comes in, and interesting. Yeah, he just realized he missed a rune. That doesn't... Killing Fiora there makes no sense. You could have just used challenge next turn because you have the dragon on board, and you could have just played... I don't know. You could have just maybe challenged next turn with dragon and some buff, so you don't trade. The Draven gets 2 points now. If Fiora was at 6, he would instantly win the game. But he is at 4. He is at 4. Oh no. The Draven gets 6 points. I wonder what the Draven is gonna play here. They don't have to worry about basically anything because Fiora is at 4. So they can just develop their home base. And with a burn here on hand, it should be pretty easy for the Draven to win this game. I think Fiora could have won both games if he just played it a little bit better. But yeah, I think the Fiora was just probably tired. And yeah, the first game with double punch first and I mean triple punch first and riposte. I think there was some pretty big misplays straight from the mulligan. But yeah, GG. Draven takes the crown once again. If Fiora doesn't pull any crazy tricks here. I mean, Fiora could play... When the enemy plays Burn here, Fiora could basically play... Call the Glory on the Dreaming Tree, get a draw, and they could find a Death Grip. So maybe winnable? Maybe winnable? But we'll have to see. Oh, he's playing... Why is he playing the... What? Why did he play the... Call the Glory on his own turn? Now he's not playing around the Burn here at all. Because the only way you could have defended is, as a reaction to Burn here, you hook... I mean, you Call the Glory, you find Death Grip. Because both are reactions. So they go and draw with the salvage. And no, Fiora doesn't have hook in hand. He once again has the 2 punch firsts. So, okay. What we have learned from this Fiora's gameplay is that 3 punch firsts in your deck is not ideal. Drawing 2 punch firsts just loses the burn here, and yeah, it's not very good. So also, if Fiora did conquer on the turn long ago and got to 6 points previously, they would have won the game. So like Yoshi said, yeah, no plot armor this time. No plot armor on our main character Fiora. And GG, the burn here is out. Can't play punch first on burn here, and that's game. That is game. No, the evil Draven won again. The evil Draven. GG, GG. Well, Draven won, but at least we know that Fiora is very powerful. Fiora could have easily won at least one game if he played optimally. And that's what matters. That's what matters. Just knowing that Fiora might be one of those top decks is what matters, and then you can, you know, go and hone it out.